My name is Chip Thomas. I'm a family practice physician who lives and works up on the Navajo Nation in northern Arizona. I started working there in 1987. I came to northern Arizona, to the Navajo Nation, with a 4-year obligation to the National Health Service Corps, who paid for my medical school education. And I completed that payback in '91, but because I love the area where I practice and I love my community of patients, I chose to stay beyond my obligated time. I started photographing actually in junior high school, and but it wasn't until I moved to the reservation in '87 that I built a home darkroom and learned photography more seriously. In 2009, I had an opportunity to spend 3 months in Brazil, and for part of the time I was there, I was with people who were passionate about going out into the street and creating art. Actually, it was at the end of that trip that I saw an example of how a photograph could be blown up to scale and used as a street art medium. Certainly in the clinic, my interactions with patients are an attempt on my part to create an environment of wellness, to get people as well as they can possibly be so they can realize their dreams, aspirations, etc. And yeah, having an opportunity to go spend time with people in their homes, I think further deepens the trust relationship that I have with them. And then when I reflect back to the community, the beauty that they've shared with me by putting these images along the roadside, I see that as a continuation of an attempt to create an environment of wellness. And I hear things from people on the reservation that they feel a sense of pride in seeing this imagery. So up on the Navajo Nation, especially in the western part of the reservation, a lot of people sell jewelry along the roadside, and they have handmade kiosks or stands from which they sell jewelry. And just over the years, I've gotten to know them and have learned from them that more tourists are inclined to stop and are curious about the interesting art that appears on the side of their roadside stands. So the vendors appreciate having art because it brings more tourists in, and it really isn't necessarily always about, selling more jewelry. I've heard some great stories of tourists being invited to people's homes and, having an opportunity to have meals with the roadside vendors. And so the art in that sense is serving as a bridge between cultures and hopefully building some friendships and maybe starting dialogues that might not otherwise occur. When I started doing my project in 2009, as I said, I was reflecting back to the community images of themselves. And I feel that it gives my art at this point a bit more integrity because the people who are the subject of the work are getting to see the work on a regular basis, and it's not isolated away, and it feels a bit less exploitative. I've heard from people who are not from the reservation who pass through and who see the imagery that it gives a sense of place. You can appreciate some of the people who are there on the reservation, and the space feels a little bit less alien and foreign and a bit more inviting and engaging.